Hello, we wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings bring for you and for me. Good tidings of Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy new year. Merry Christmas, everyone. Yes, I know you'll be wondering, like, what is going on here? Why are we still having this event on Christmas Day? Well, because we committed to this. And as people who commit, and we're on this journey to committing the more, like we commit to our commitment is a must. So we said, no, we're going to come, even if it's for a couple of minutes. We're going to leave our busy schedules and quickly jump in here so that we can jump back out to go and spend time with our loved ones. Okay, so you're welcome to another episode on Your Voice, Your Impact. Of course, I'm not alone. I'm going to bring on my co hosts. One of them is in the studio already, but we're waiting for the second to join us in a short while. Merry Christmas, Coach
Merry Christmas!
Esther.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas. How is it over there? What's the weather like today? What's it like in the
Oh,
UK?
it's amazing. The weather is warm. Yes, relatively warm. I mean, 14 degrees is warm. 14 degrees is warm for December. So it is warm. And a lot
Oh
of
wow.
merriment and cooking going on because it's Christmas.
I know,
Gets
right?
so you can say I'm not at my regular spot today. Yeah,
Like we need
hosting,
honestly,
eating,
honestly,
gifts exchange going on. There's a whole lot happening. But the one ma
absolutely.
merry, merry, merry Christmas. I'm so grateful that
Ojimoma,
you are as committed to us as we are committed
as
to
we
you.
are,
Thank you,
honestly,
thank
this is
you,
just
thank you.
beautiful. Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I hope you're back from your trip. I'm going to make arrangements and ensure that Coach Grace reaches out to you so that she can know where you are in Abuja to send your gift to you or have you pick it up from her. We're going to make that happen this week unfailingly. Don't worry, it's not going to cross into 2024. We're going to fulfill that promise this week. So thank you for joining us again today. Welcome, guys. So, Grace is going to join us in a bit, but let's quickly do our normal thing. How was the weekend? Let me start. Let me start. Let me start. Oh my God.
It was amazing. I mean, the entire weekend was Christmas Eve.
Right. It's Friday.
From attending
I've been,
carols, you know, to singing in some carols.
you sang.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's
And
so
then,
sweet.
uh, service yesterday. We had gifts sharing or gifts exchange, and we had a full Christmas dinner
Oh, wow. That's
after service.
amazing.
It was
That's
amazing.
amazing. Okay, so I was in church on Saturday for dress rehearsals before Sunday because our own carol was on Sunday yesterday, and then I was in church all through yesterday. It was fantastic. We did three services. I sang up to the three services. It was a long day, but I had fun. And I think that's the spirit of Christmas. That's the spirit of the season, the togetherness, the ability for us to come together to celebrate together. Yeah, absolutely, Oduboma. We show up every time. Oh, Coach Grace is giving us a Black Widow vibe, red hair, or shaprapra. Let me bring her up on stage.
It's
Hey,
the Christmas red.
I
It's the
sing,
Christmas red.
I sing. What's going on?
I don't know. Hello, everybody.
Hi,
Merry
hi,
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
This is so exciting. I'm glad we stuck to it. I say we're going to show up whichever way, even if it's going to be lesser time than we usually do, because I know that everyone here right now is in the middle of something. You just have to excuse yourself. Like, whoa, I committed to this commitment. Let me go and commit to my commitment. I'll be right back in a jiffy. So we don't want to waste time at all. We'll just dive right in. But before we do that, please give us the gist. This one that is Christmas weekend. What did you do, Grace?
In fact, see me. I'm all over the place, which is fine, and which is what's the word for it? So the house is full. We have people from different parts. So there's what we do in my family every year. We come together, as a family to celebrate Christmas. So, cooking here, serving there, and all that. So that's why, I'm looking like I don't know, but it's fine. We don't always have to look like, now. So it's part of. And this hair is something I abandoned a long time ago. I was going to put on something else, but I said, you know what? I want this to be memorable, and I want us to. It should be weird, sort of. It should be different, and it should also convey the message that we
Oh,
have for
Jesus.
today. So this is intentional. I'm happy
I
to
love
be
it.
here against all odds, and I'm happy to see you, ladies, looking gorgeous and looking Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. Merry Christmas, people.
Merry
Merry Christmas.
Christmas. Okay. So it's good to know that, on our end, it's not that we have like all the keys or all the answers or everything, but somehow, based on our trainings and the journey we've been on, the personal journey we've been on all through the year, understanding who we are, getting to know ourselves deeper and knowing what works and what doesn't work, we're not in that space where we are anxious at this end of the year. We've been able to,
Mhm.
look at, oh, this is my journey so far. Actually, this is where I messed up. This is where I didn't meet up with the goals I set for myself. But again, these are some of the things that I did. I read something on somebody's post today, like, see, this year is almost to an end. I didn't achieve all the goals that I set, but I also achieved some goals that I didn't set. And that's okay. And I'm like, that's powerful. That's powerful.
Mm,
Just being there, being aware, being, looking at what is. And so, what we're talking about today, or what we are talking about today, is dealing or handling the end of the year anxiety. That anxiety that comes with the end of the year. I know a couple of people as well who they've looked to this year now, and it's looked like this year was a waste, or like, what did I even do? Like, this year was not a it's a very tough year. And I agree, it's tough, but like, coming to the point where it's like, what happened? Like, I didn't even do anything this year. And so it's like, what's the point? This life, what's going on? That all the questions and confusion going on there. How do we handle that? How did you handle it? And let's quickly talk about that, before we get back to the parties and the food serving. Me, I'm hungry. I'm not eating today. I need to go and eat my Christmas.
Oh well, I've had two plates of jollof rice already.
2 plates of jollof
It's
rice
a small
already. My
portion,
God.
maybe. It's a
Whoosh.
small portion.
You're on fire. Okay, so let's go for it. How do people, first of all, maybe you want to come from the angle of why people have such anxiety and how can people handle it?
Um, for me, I would say what happens is it depends on your environment, what you're used to, right?
Mm,
What the what the world around you, be it your family, the society, right?
right.
And I think first would be maybe the environment, the family you grew up in.
Mm,
What was Christmas always like? What is expected
like,
of everyone and all of that? And then as you grow up, becoming an adult of your own, what did you choose for yourself?
I love
Some
that.
people are used to they have to get new clothes. There's a lot of functions. There's end of the year party everywhere. It's more than Christmas. Some people it's end of the year parties, family functions. You have a lot of weddings and different things happening. I mean,
Right.
I mean, I mean, over here you have weddings more, summer, but for most people at the end of the year, people really have plans that you say, "Oh, I set out to achieve this at the end of the year," and then you're becoming anxious about all of that. But I like to come from this point of gratitude.
Mm,
If I really appraise myself, if I take an audit of the year from the very first day of the year, what has it been like for me? I have to factor everything in. And then in that moment, you want to really choose what to focus on.
mm, right.
And for me, I would say one of the best ways you could handle this anxiety would be focus on the things to be grateful for. It's there. Now, you'll be surprised that you have, maybe a big target, a big goal
Right.
that you probably did not achieve. But in another area of your life, there was something you were not looking at that came your way with ease.
Mm.
But because you're so focused on what you had set out to achieve that you did not achieve, you lose
You missed
sight
that, right?
of, something that is actually a big deal
But because you didn't plan for it.
because you didn't plan for it. And some of
Mm.
us are we're so planned, so organized, so structured. We want everything to play out by the
Ah,
book,
sweet.
you know, and then it's easy to miss out on moments and all of that.
Right.
So evaluate your year. I know it's easy to know. I mean, without thinking, oh, I plan to do this, I didn't do it. I plan to achieve this, I didn't get this. But how about the things that actually happened?
Happened that you didn't plan.
The things
Mm.
that
Those ones are going to take more intentionality to look into, to
exactly. So,
remember
oh,
them.
I know there's a whole
Mm.
lot going on around there. Parties, merriment, and guess what? There are some people that are currently just in their own space. I mean, I was telling somebody yesterday, I said, I spent about 7 Christmases all by myself. Like I'll just come back from church Christmas morning and I'm sleeping.
Mm.
Nothing bad. I really liked it, right? I liked it because
Right.
growing up, it was a whole lot of
Expending your
merriment
energy.
and energy. But when I had the time to have my Christmas to myself, it was like, oh, and I
Let me
didn't want
breathe.
to do anything. I told somebody that there was a year I ate bread when I got back from church after Christmas. On Christmas Day, sorry. I ate bread and I slept, and I slept very well.
Right.
You know, so it's fine if you're not in any buzz, anything distracting you right now. And even if you're in the midst of a whole lot, make out time to list all the things that you are grateful for. Trust me,
Absolutely.
there are several things that are worth being grateful for in your life right now.
Absolutely. I love it. Grace.
All right. So me, I would come from the angle of, even when we were preparing the topic, we were like, should we use the word anxiety, and all of that? I'm like, yeah, that's the whole idea. And that's because anxiety is not entirely a bad thing. Anxiety is you can put it under, you can categorize it under emotions,
Emotions. Yeah. Yeah.
and it is good if you call it good. It is whatever you want to call it, and it is
Mhm.
it also is in the way
A
it
scale.
is. There's a disorder. There is a place for when it becomes, overly problematic.
It
It
becomes
becomes a
chaotic.
disorder.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
But in the real sense of it, anxiety to some people is what they need to push them forward.
True.
They need
Mm.
to get to that point of anxiousness. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm anxious, and I need to get these things done. In
Done.
fact, when I remember people ask questions around getting a job, that how do you work under pressure? I like
Mm.
that question because I'll tell you that I work better, but depends on the heat and depends on the pressure. Because if you remember clearly, I'm giving this background so that it would make sense when I'm saying why it is very important to enjoy whatever it is you're feeling in this period, so that you would use it as a what's the word,
Catapult.
Springboard or a tool
a
or
springboard. Thank you. Yeah, instead of allowing it swing you to the
weigh you
part
down.
where you, yeah, so
Mm.
remember when we were in school and you want to write your exam, if you never see timetable, you go see the drag feet, and then you see timetable like this, nobody go tell you, go carry your book like this, and you're reading, and that you're anxious, that's some level of pressure, anxiety, all put together. It will
Mm.
push you to go and read. And when you're reading, you've seen your timetable, so now the end of the year comes with that sort of anxiety or more. It is the end of the year. For some people, somebody put up something. I never still marry. I never still get the
Mm.
job where I won't get. I never bomb my picking. All sorts. So the end of the year gives that anxiety that, if not controlled, would lead people into depression. And that's why I said it is important to talk about these things. Very important. Some people would move from anxiety to depression. And this
Mm.
is very important. Number one, and just like Coach Esther mentioned, there was a time that she liked it because she was, it was a time. How about us understanding that let this be like a pressure in quotes for you to re-strategize
Mm.
and then remind yourself that yes, it's another year and we are getting into a new year. What worked? What didn't
What
work?
didn't work?
What will I do? And you have to remain calm to be able to get all these things in order. So while you're anxious that, hey, it's the end of the year, and you're anxious that, oh my goodness, there's another new year coming and I've not achieved another thing, in all of this, you get to a point where you sit down and say that, okay, this didn't work. This worked. And, let me even blow your mind. For me, I started this year with 85 kg, and all through the year I was disciplined. I was so, in fact, the people in my workout group were like, oh my Grace, if I get this kind of your energy, go for it, I will they, they were telling me all things. Like I was like, I was so clear with the goals. I my goals was it. In fact, maybe I'll change it. My goal with regards to my fitness journey was to be disciplined and to be consistent. Did I achieve that goal? Yes, I did. What other goal did I put but did not achieve? Losing weight. Now, but to some people, they'll be like, "Ah, you didn't achieve that particular goal now because you didn't lose weight." But for me, when I started, the goal was to be healthy. Was I healthy all through 2020? Yes, ma'am. I was super healthy. I was super, super healthy. Like, you call me anytime. This is proof. You know me now, I be practical person. This is proof. Anytime, any day, I'm ready to go. If you're not healthy, you won't be able to.
Mm.
Did I achieve that goal? Yes, ma'am. Was I disciplined? Yes, ma'am. Did I lose weight? No, ma'am. Is it so painful? No, not really, because
You're
it's not like
healthy. That's the
I'm
main goal.
healthy and I
Mm.
wasn't really looking out to lose weight. For me, it was, let me be in my weight is in that healthy space, but I would love to lose like 2-3 kgs. You understand? Did I add? In fact, I think I added like 1, 2, 3 kgs.
That not
And it
based on
was
your muscle building.
probably because I started exactly what
Are
I
you
said.
lifting weight?
God bless you, darling. God bless you for that point. Because my clothes, everything still fits. Only that I introduced something that I wasn't doing before. I started lifting. So it might just be
So
that.
muscle,
Do you
yeah.
understand? So yes, people everywhere, you can pick that goal, you can look at it, and then you will start to see some of the things that you've achieved that you didn't set out, like you said, you didn't write it out, but when you look at it, you see that yes. So
Wow,
the
this is
only time you're able to see this is if you are calm
calm.
enough to bring it out. And when you focus on the things that you've been able to win, you would see that you have done so well for yourself. So
Absolutely.
that's where I'm going
Absolutely.
to stop.
Love
That
it.
that that
Yeah,
that's very practical, and that was
absolutely.
what I
I
achieved.
love,
Yeah.
honestly, I love the angles you both brought it from, and there's that correlation between that because for you to sit down and really look at it, and when you're now looking at it from the lens of gratitude, you're able to see more of the things that really work that you didn't even plan for, which is even more like, oh my God, I didn't plan for this, but this happened. That's because that is exactly what I need. I'm a firm believer of that. And as somebody who is also spiritually inclined, I know that, see, what needs to be done. It's like when you say your affirmation that I am where I need to be for every
Mm-hmm.
moment in my life. I have what I need per time. So sometimes what we want is not what we need. And so if life
Mm-hmm.
is giving us what we do need, it is so like it is massive for us to be grateful to God for that. So I'm just going to quickly round this off to say anxiety. by definition, is a feeling of fear, dread, uneasiness, right? And it might cause you to like sweat, be restless, be tense, and just, just having, a rapid heartbeat. But at the same time, do you know that these things happen when there is a warning? If your anxiety or that feeling of apprehension is much, it's probably because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. Do you get? So again, it's not so if you then allow the feeling to over or to cloud your mindset, the situation is going to get worse. What that feeling is showing you at that moment is to tell you that there is something you've missed. There is something you should be doing. You know it, that you should be doing it, but you didn't do it. And what it's just a warning. It's like a warning sign, like you
Mm-hmm.
should do this, you should do. So all you need to do when you begin to get anxious, like when you get into a space and there's danger, you sense it,
Yep.
your heart starts to beat, you start to be afraid. That is your senses coming together, your sixth sense coming together to say, flight, freeze, or so okay, what do I do? Be very alert. It keeps you at alert. But of course, we cannot stay in that state for too long. But when we accept the fact that that state comes when it's trying to warn us, when our mind is trying to warn us that there's something here that needs to be done, then we can now sit down and say, okay, if I'm anxious, why did I not achieve these goals? What were the reasons behind it? Was it me being lazy, or was it just life that happened? If it was just life that happened, okay, fine, life has happened. There's nothing I could do about it. What can I do going forward to change this trajectory for myself? What systems can I put in place? Right? So, for example, Coach Grace just said, I didn't want to lose weight per se, but if her heart is still there, now she knows, okay, consistency done, discipline, I got this. I'm going to continue. But to lose weight is okay. What can I do differently? Maybe I should upgrade my diet. Maybe if I'm doing my workout now, I should then probably focus on spaces, not just general workouts, right? So all these other things will now say, okay, this is how I need to adjust it. But just naturally leaving the whole fear and apprehension to just be there is just going to drag you down. So, what are we saying today? If you don't leave here with anything today, because we're rounding off the session, quick, smooth, we want you to get back to your Christmas celebration. We also have to get back to ours, right? But one thing you should remember is as the year gets to an end, you're like counting down. Today's already 25th. You're like, oh my God, 6 days to go. I can still do something. It's okay. Because the truth is your heart or your mind or your being also knows the thing you can still achieve before the end of the year. So take it as it is and say, okay, fine, what can I do before 20, before the clock hits 12 on the 31st? What can I still achieve? I have an exam coming, and all the people were people that are writing the exam were in a group. And people just say, I've done my own. Pass, pass. I'm like, hey God, oh. I did a test. I did a
Don't let
test.
them tension you.
No, that's fine. But again, that feeling is making me on my seat. So when I'm leaving out now, I try to like, this trip where they go, I'm going to spend like 30 minutes on my journey. I'll use it to read, just to remind myself, like, hey God, I must pass this exam, But I know that I want to hit that before the end of the year to get my next certification, right? So again, when those signs come, don't let them just be there. Because it's like when you have something at the back of your mind, like, I need to do this thing. If you don't write it down or you don't or you forget, you will know you are forgetting something, but you're like, I did forget something. I can't place where it, there's something because you have already made a mental note of it. In the same way, once this emotion comes, probably write it down. So okay, this and this I didn't do well. What can I do? And then you get some clarity from that. But remember to be grateful for even the things you didn't plan for that truly happened for you this year. I hope that with these few points of ours, we've been able to convince and not to confuse you that at the end of the year, anxiety is a real thing and we all have a version of it. But knowing how to handle it is what is
Mm-hmm.
important. And coming from the place of gratitude is one very, very important one that we'll share today. If there's any other addition before we say bye, please go for it, sisters.
There's
Okay.
something we said during, when you want to do public speaking,
Yes.
they'll tell you that once people are always, there's something in you. And I went and I asked one professor, that one is a prof already in public speaking, and I was like, do you still feel that thing? He said something to me that the day I stopped feeling that anxiety,
You mess up.
that day, no, he said the way he said the day he stops feeling it, that means that he has started losing his human, so now there's something to be confident. You're very
Mm,
confident, but there's something that you have a big task coming ahead of you. That butterfly, that will I do well? It's always going to be there. That is what makes us humans, and it's
human.
okay to be like, if I was going to give you a gift now, and I come to you and I'm like, babe, two of you, Esther, energetic. I want to give you something, you know, and I've given you that. I've given you an
You've sown a
idea, like
seed.
something. You understand? So tell me, how would you feel?
Like, gift, have fun now. Grace, where is this gift now? What
I'm
gift
looking
is this?
forward to it.
To it now, there's this level of anxiety you're looking forward to it, especially or
Mm-hmm.
most times the hair. You just be, that thing, that feeling, that anxiety is, yes, there's something you're expecting. So yes, like you rightly said, why I just said that part, so that it won't be seen as a negative thing, because
Yeah.
Thing.
it is fear, it is the so I made sure I said that, so that people would understand that it is a signal. It is telling you something that you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And please, I'm going to round up with this. This new year, I am willing to work with you, and I want you to be willing to work with me. Because if you if one way for you to be able to mark those things that you did not mark out this year, is because
Yeah.
you've always seen it like, I can do this on my own. No, you may not be able to do it on your own. You need a coach, and I'm going to work with you. Yes, you watching me now. So hit me up. Great, so amazing. Next year now,
Awesome.
fire for fire. Let's
Fire
work
for
together.
fire. We're coming
Merry
in hot.
Christmas.
We're coming in
Um,
hot.
have a wonderful.
Okay, let me end
Thank
by
you.
let me
Yes,
just
please
end
go
by
ahead.
saying this, that it's the end of the year, and whatever you're feeling is very valid, right?
Definitely.
The excitement is good if you're excited. Don't get carried away. But as we live each moment of our lives, this enjoy each season that you're in beyond the calendar. Enjoy every season and stay grateful. Stay grateful. It will keep you, we say
Grounded.
at a very good vibrational level. You'll be surprised you'd even attract the things that you want. But stay grateful. Gratitude,
Absolutely.
gratitude keeps you strong. It keeps you going. It keeps you in a place of every challenge. You'll be surprised, even the anxiety. And I'm going to pick a leaf from EJ. Yeah, I'm a person of Christian faith as well. Be anxious for
For
nothing.
nothing.
Itemize all the things that you need, that you want, that you know you
Manifesting.
need to do.
Ooh.
Itemize them, and then with thanksgiving.
Ooh. Make it known. Ay, 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 ay. Oh,
With
what a
thanksgiving,
wonderful way. What a
make it known.
wonderful way to. Oh
Have
my
yourself
gosh.
a very Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Bye.